Hello, beautiful people, and how are you doing this beautiful Saturday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you might be joining me from? It's Saturday Live with Oye, Parenting Essential Time with Oye. And this evening, quickly, I am going to round up what I started last week, which is called the unfolding. So if you are not here last week, just go out and search for last week's video so that you can catch up, because today there won't be time for recapping. So make sure that you go ahead and search for last week's videos so that we can save time, because it's going to be a very quick one today. All right, let me know where you're joining me from. So if I see my face for the very first time today, I am Oye Esther, and I'm glad you are here. So every Saturday evening we hold ends, and last week I started a topic unfolding. So I don't want to recap. Make sure that you watch this video to the end and go ahead and check the previous one if you were not with me last week. I defined what it meant to be, the meaning of unfolding, and the emphasis on the child. Why the emphasis on the child? And I don't want to go back and be saying that. And I share the fundamental truth of in unfolding a child, what we need to know and why we need to unfold the child. And something that I will quickly share again is you believing that the child that you have is a treasure. And I cannot overemphasize that. A lot of parents are not aware that they have a precious jewel in their hands. They're not aware that the child they are raising or rearing is a treasure. And that's first thing that you have to know before you can even get the child unfolded. So you have to know that. I share that you have to recognize that each child is unique. There is no tailored approach. Baby A is different from baby B. Even if you have raised 10 children, you have to know that this child is different, and you have to see the child. That was the note I ended last week, and I remember I was emphasizing on knowing that seeing the child goes beyond what we think. And I'm talking about both neurotypical and neurodivergent children. You have to see them. You have to know that they are able. You do have to believe that they are teachable. You have to know that they can learn the process of being unfolded. All you need to do is to equip yourself, get skilled on those areas that you might be lagging, that you think is not possible, because it's actually possible for you to learn the skill of being your child's therapist if there is need for that. Or if you don't know how to unfold a child, it is never a problem, but you have to be ready to know that you lack a skill that you need to learn. That was the note I ended last week, and I'm going to quickly round up with some more few points. And I will start with what unfolding is not. I'm talking about unfolding the child. In case it's not yet clear, or you're doing something and you're not quite certain if you are unfolding the child or you're just busy molding the child without unfolding the treasure, the skill, the gifting of the child, the natural gifting of the child. So what unfolding is not? It is not a control through punishment. Unfolding a child is not just a control. Just do that. You didn't listen. Go and do this. And sometimes when we talk about punishment, a lot of people don't even know how bad it can be, a disaster, how it can destroy a child. Hey, I know you don't want to hear it. Yes, punishment in itself is bad, because you just want the child to pay for what they have done. You want to inflict pain on that child. Rather, let's embrace discipline. So you have to also be able to identify and to understand the difference between punishment and discipline. So when you are on the journey of unfolding the child, you have to know that it's not a control through punishment. You have to know that it is not shaping them into your image. Can I say that loud? Unfolding the child is not you shaping the child into your image. And most of us, I think I mentioned that last week. One of it is maybe you wanted to be a medical doctor, an engineer, but somehow maybe you didn't pass well, or there was no opportunity, or you were not given that course when you were about to get admission into the university, but you never healed. That gave you trauma. And the only way that you've think you can find the healing is to make your child live your life. No, that is not unfolding. You have to be a doctor. Doctor is good. You have 1 million reasons why your child should embrace what you're saying. You do not want to understand why your child doesn't want to be a doctor but want to be a designer. It doesn't just make sense to you. But in your head, what you're thinking is, I'm just helping my child with the best choice. No, you are just dealing with what looks like trauma. You are having baggages that you need to put down. That's not where I'm going to today. But I'm sharing what unfolding is not. So if you always find yourself in just dictating for your child, and these things start from as little as when they're maybe preteen. And I've said this countless times. You have a preteen, you have a teenager, you always go against what they are putting on. I'm not talking about indecency. I'm not talking about because you have value of modesty, but you are worried about why this color is not good, just because you don't like that color. Maybe because that color is giving you a reminder of something. You need to deal with it. You need to deal with it. And until you realize that there is need for help, or you need help, you will not be able to get the help. And if you don't deal with it, you're going to damage your child. And don't forget, we're talking about unfolding the child. What unfolding is not. Unfolding is not you modeling or building that child to be who you think you should be. All right. So, unfolding is not ignoring their individual temperament or challenges. Children are going to have challenges. They might have some of them, when we talk about their uniqueness, when we talk about the neurotypical children, unfolding is not you being in denial and ignoring their challenges and say, you know what, that's not my child. My child is just okay. Your child is not just okay, but if your child needs something to be done, especially when we talk about early intervention, or you see that your child is struggling in a particular subject, unfolding is not you ignoring their challenges. And you want to believe that, you know what, you're just being positive. You're just being protective, being a good parent, a good caregiver. These are what unfolding is not. It's not. That is far from unfolding. It is not about raising a child to fit in. All you do every time is just to make sure that your child is fitting in. You're going somewhere because your friends' children are going to be in a certain way, and you're just patterning them. Today it's okay, tomorrow it's not okay. You know that this family is coming, another family is coming. You just want to always fit in. That is not unfolding. When you are unfolding the child, you don't just raise them to feel like, you know what, they are not enough, or they are less of themselves, so they have to always be conscious of, you know what, I need to fit in. My friends are doing this, I should do it. No, that is not unfolding the child. When you are unfolding the child, you are going to help the child, you're going to raise the child to be able to stand in their own authenticity. Pardon that. You're going to let them be authentic in whatever they do. Not because, you know what, just don't do that. They're looking at you. If you keep doing that, you are not unfolding the child. Am I making sense to you? Am I speaking to you? Are you allowing your child to just be authentic? I'm not saying don't train, because when it comes to unfolding the child and molding the child and training the child and upholding your values, a lot of people get confused with these things. And they think, they are asking not to just leave the child to be who they want to be, and they just grow to be wayward. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you embracing the child's skills rather than you imposing what you think they should be. That's what I'm talking about. So what are the ways that you can go about unfolding the child? What should you be conscious of? When you are intentional about unfolding your child, what are the things you should be intentional about? So you should be intentional about them having an interest-led learning. Every child is unique. They are endowed with skills. But most of their time they have dominant skills. But we do not always find time, to look for these skills. Maybe because it looks like what we don't actually we don't like or we don't want. So we tend to just ignore their interest. But if you are in a journey of unfolding the child, you can't do that. It must be interest led. It's not what you think. So instead of you pushing your child into what you think should be, or how you think things should be like, or what they should be like, maybe what you think they should have strength of, maybe it can even be their subjects in school, math, science, English. Maybe you, because you as a parent, you were the best in science in your set when you were in high school. So you don't understand why your child is a B student in science now. Why are you getting B in physics, or in math, or in geography? Because I was the best student, but that was you. Hello. That child is not you. Even though maybe you think that child looks so much like you. No, that's just similarity. That child is nothing that like you, or that child is not you rather. So don't deceive yourself. Am I saying you should not encourage your child to have A? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what about you when you use this energy, instead of repeating the story of when I was in school, I was the best student, use that energy to search the child's skill and push it for the child. Well, how do you think it's going to be? How amazing will that be? I don't know why you're not getting A in math. And a lot of us are still doing this thing in this time and age. And it bothers me a lot. We can't continue to do this to our children. So we have to observe, pay attention to what they are naturally, gravitated towards. What's their driving force? What can they do and they are not tired? What can they do when you wake them up from sleep, and anytime they hear that thing, there's energy? But for some of us, you want your, my boy must play football. I've seen parents, I've heard parents saying this thing with pride. No, football or nothing. Football or nothing. So a boy that does not even have interest at all in football, the boy is frustrated, the boy is tired, you must go for training. Even when the boy is crying. No. They just keep pushing. We can do better. I'm not saying these things are not good. They are good skills, but is that what your child is called for? I say I'm going to be very fast today, so let's run. So let them build, study them as from early years. You can pay attention to your child. If they are interested in building blocks, arranging furniture, that is a signal for you. You might enroll such child in a robotic class, something hands-on activity. Just pay attention. You're going to get to find out what your child is interested in as early as possible. There are workshops for children that you can enroll your children in. Let's do better. So we have to find their strength. Don't forget, the first thing I said is interest-based learning. Check what they are interested in, what they can naturally do anytime, any day, any night without being tired. Then another thing you need to do is to check their strength. Check their strength. Strength-based encouragement. And this also for specially abled, just the way I love to call them. For neurodivergent children, there is a strength. There is something. You see some of them, maybe they are having delay in a particular skill. Maybe it's going to be, some of them have speech delay, some impairment or something. But they are very good in music. They are very musically inclined. Why not push for that? Why not enroll them? But you don't understand why a child who cannot talk is singing. Why a child who cannot talk is playing piano. Hello? Please embrace their strength. Instead of you just repeatedly scolding them and passing on your frustration on your child. It is good to be positive. I am a very positive person. But when it comes to raising our children, we need to be calm, be intelligent, be patient, be realistic as much as possible, as much as we believe in grace. So look for their strength. Let it be strength-based. What they can do. Some of them are very good in puzzles. Give them. It's going to help them a lot. And some of them, you know what, they are struggling, even though that's their interest, but you don't know why they are interested in something they don't have strength in. Let me clear that. A child who is always carrying puzzles to do, or they want to play piano, but you don't see them playing it right, and you're frustrated. No. Always celebrate each step of the way. Encourage them. Don't talk them down. But you've been playing this for 1 year, and we are paying the tutor, we can't see any result, you're killing that treasure. Don't forget, I started on the note that your child is a treasure. Every word, every negative word that you utter is not building that child, is not building that treasure in your hand, it's breaking that child. I'm sure you're familiar with the word are powerful. Words are not just powerful, they can build and they can also demolish, they can destroy. Our words can build our children, can push them to their strength, their future, and can destroy their destiny. So you need to be careful. I know sometimes it can be frustrating and tiring. And that is why I said, I think I mentioned this last week, that you know what? Okay, I think it's not in this class. We should have build a community around yourself. Trust, I know it's tough. I know. I understand. But there are still good people out there that you can build a community on. So that when you are tired, you don't pass on that frustration on your children so that you can get help. It might take time, but trust me, you can get. There are good people there. There are friends and family who are ready to support. So, what am I saying? It must be strength-based encouragement. And this is very, very important. So stop saying you are not fast enough. Why are you not confident? Why are you timid? Why are you just shaking in front when everybody is talking? You didn't just help the child. You think, I'm going to talk sense into that child. And next time, you will not just go there and embarrass me. You went there and you embarrassed me. Everybody's talking confidently. You are now saying, ba, boo, ba. Hello? You have done 100% destruction. Because one, the child did not embarrass you. It is nothing about you. It wasn't your presentation. So why are you taking it personal? Because of your self-ego. In the process, you destroyed the child, that the child will forever be traumatized when there is anything called on stage. No, I can't do that. The word is you're not good enough. You messed everything up. You keep ringing in the child's head. Can we be more careful? I want to close today. I really want to be fast. We need to be more careful. And if you have any question, you are there, you can hear me. Please just drop your question, unless, there's need to ask question. Ask question and let me know what you want me to talk about on this. But it's something that really, really bothers me a lot. Because these children are called growing glory for a reason. I don't just speak that name from anywhere. Because God says so. If you don't believe in God, I'm not apologetic. He said they are growing glories. They are glory and they are treasure. We can't just destroy them because of our ignorance or lack of skills. We need to be skilled. It is not, you know what? I'm going to learn. When they grow, I'll go with them. If you are not intentional to learn, there's nothing you can do about it. At every stage and age of your child, you must always be ready to be a step ahead of them. If not, you can't lead them. You can't. If you do not remember anything in these 2 weeks, please remember that child in your hand is a treasure. Just the way for those who would like to have gold, you purchase gold as business, you receive it as investment. And you know what? If they call you in your sleep, your mind goes first to just pick your gold and keep it in your chest. That child in your hand is much more precious than that trinket. Than that whatever you think you cherish so much. That child is a precious gift from God. So as we go, I want you to know that parenting is not about replicating. It's about revelation. Parenting is not just about, in fact, it's not about replicating. It's about revelation. What revelation do you have and what are you revealing about the child? Are you just replicating what you have seen from somebody that it actually worked well? You are copying the right thing. Listen, because it worked for that family and their child, you understand the process. It worked well. The child is amazing, on scholarship, doing great. And you just want to copy that and paste it on your child. And it's not working. Now you're frustrated and frustrating the child. Because that child is not the same child. Understand this one and know how you are going to build this one. It's good to copy good things. But in parenting, you need to be more careful until you understand the uniqueness of your child. Whatever you copy that looks good might destroy that child. I know a lot of people don't know, they don't want to hear this. So you have to know what God has placed in your child. I know some of you might not believe in God, but I'm a believer of God, and I believe every child is blessed, and God has placed something in their life. So your job, my job as a parent, is to understand and find out what God has deposited in the life of my child, my children, and to unfold it. Not just to mold them and turn them to robots. This is how it be. Fold it out, open it. I need to unfold it. They are packaged, precious gifts. So until you open the gift, I said that last week, you will not know how amazing the gift you have received is. You will not understand that the treasure inside that box is much more than what money can buy. So as you unfold your child daily, you have to do it with grace, patience. You have to do it with so much attention. And this is going to help them to walk confidently into their own identity and to their future. But imagine if you're not unfolding them with patience. You are always in a hurry. You always do not have time. There's no time. Or you say there's no time, there's no time. Hurry, 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 hurry. Do you think you'll be able to lead them into their own identity? Do you think you'll be able to help them to understand their identity and to step into their amazing future? This is a question that I want you to ask yourself. Do you think they'll be able to walk confidently? The book that I read, the Bible that I read said, train up a child in the way he should go. And this is what a lot of us quote. And we believe that we have to mold them. I need to beat hell out of the child. That's what the Bible says. Train up a child in the way he should go. Listen, it is not the way you want, but the way the child should go. Can I say it loud and clear? Because I know I have a lot of believers that watch my videos. And when we quote scripture, sometimes we back it up with our ignorance. I don't mind them. Don't mind all these coaches. The Bible even said, tell them the child is ready to go. I will beat the child and say, you have to go to that lesson. How dare you tell me you are not doing science? In our family, there's nobody that is doing commercial. Everybody is scientist. Nonsense. Hello? Are you there? Yes, I'm coming for you tonight. The way the child should go. The way God has ordained the child to go right from the foundation of the head. How this child was uniquely shaped by God. The way the child should go, not the way you think the child should go. All right, I'm going to stop on this note today. And if there's any question, please quickly share your question and let me answer you. I said I'm going to be very brief today. If you have any question and if you think I've offended you tonight, I'm not even sure I should say sorry, because this is very important and I want you to get it. And sincerely, it's not really that I really care much about you as a person. I care much about the children. I care much about this growing glory, this treasure, this amazing gift we have received from God. We cannot destroy their life and destiny because of our ignorance, and that is why I have to let you know. We need to tell ourselves the truth. We need to tell ourselves the truth. All right, let me see if I have any question right there. I can see you there, Sister Dorcas. Thank you for joining me. If you're just joining, I will advise you to please go back and watch this video again. Go back and watch this video again. It's going to worth your time. And I believe if you have been joining, I believe that you have learned something, one or two things, and it's a very, very important topic that I want you, if you're just listening to this today, please go back and watch from last week so that you can get the full understanding on unfolding the child, and emphasis on the child, that child, not the children in general, the particular one. Yes, even if you have 10, yes, the child. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today on Facebook. The Vision Guide, Oyelayo, thank you for joining me. Instagram, thank you so much for joining me today. YouTube, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are just seeing me for the first time, or you're watching offline, maybe you came across my video And you wonder who is this? My name is Oye Esther, and I am a family life practitioner and a parenting coach. And every Saturday evening we come together to audience and we talk about essential parenting, where we learn, where we teach ourselves about essentials that we need to journey successfully in our parenting. And if you have teenager, especially from ages 12 to 17, we have our TVTCF, which is the Visionary Teenagers Christian Fellowship, where we meet once in a month. It's an amazing place for your child to be. If you're a Christian and you have children in this age gap and they are not there, sincerely, you're not doing them any good. We met this afternoon and I'm still blessed. I will try and share the video for today. I think everyone should see it and be blessed. I'll try and share the video for today because I know most of the time we don't share our videos. A lot is going on behind the scene until you join us before you know what is happening. But I will try as much as possible to share the video from today. And one of our teenagers shared the word today. The presence of God was so thick. The wisdom, the revelation. I'm still enjoying God's presence today. How amazing. In fact, I felt so proud. Tell me, why is she feeling proud? We are always proud of them. And it's not pride. It's not the kind of pride that you think. No. We are happy that we are doing a great job and we are seeing results. We are not just blabbing. We don't just make noise. We do it. We follow it and we see results. And when we see results, we pat ourselves at the back and say, well done. And I pat myself at the back without being, I'm not apologetic. Think whatever you want to think. I say, oh yeah, well done. Today was such a day that I said, Father, I thank you. So I will try to share some of the clips from today. And if you have children in this age gap, please let them join us. I shared, I think yesterday, the link for them to register. It's totally free. And it's just once in a month, every second Saturday. And we'll be glad to welcome your teenager into our community, our family of amazing global teenagers. They get to meet a lot of teenagers around the world. We have people joining. We have children from the UK, from Nigeria, from Doha, and all over the world. So please let your children be part of this movement. We are catching them young. We are not leaving anything untouched. We are not taking chances. No, the devil tricked us. We are not going to allow the devil to trick this generation. No, everything that we did and we failed, all the silly mistake that we did because we didn't know better. We were not taught. We are just being told, just listen, and that is it. We are not doing that anymore. And these ones, we are raising them to be giant, to understand who they are, to understand their vision early in life. Thank you so much for your time again today. As we go, don't forget, in case you're not aware, and if you know, be reminded that parenting must be intentional, parenting must be purposeful, parenting must be full of vision, because this vision is what is going to guide you jealously. And that is why we say, only the vision guides. God bless you and stay blessed. I'll see you again in another wonderful episode next week. By the grace of God, God bless you.